Hello guys, in this tutorial I'll be talking about table. Tables are defined using table tag, and I'll be putting you through that now. It's so the first step as usual is for us to create our basic HTML page. Let's create a new file and put our basic HTML short there. So let's name it title tables. Table. Table. Okay. Let me save table dot html. So now the first thing is to declare our table. So tables are defined using the table tag, and the tables are divided into two parts. We have the table row and we have the table column. So if you want to divide the table row, you use the cr tag, and for the table columns are divided using the td tag, which is called the table data. So now so this is the tr table row. We also have the table column, which is the td. So now we now close this. Let's close this tag. So don't get confused. Let me create it here. So this is one column, this is another column, but everything here is a row. So cr, we use cr for declaring the row, we use table for declaring the table. We define the table using the table tag, and we define the row using the tr tag. Then the column itself, we use the td, which is the table data. So now let's put here maybe html css. So let's run. Let's go to our file and run. Table. Can you see HTML CSS? Now let's create another row. Let's just copy this. So we are creating another row. Can you see that this is another row entirely? So this is the first row, this is our first column, our second column, this is the second row, the first column, the second column. So now let's say we want to make the column 3, and we just add one more td inside that row. And let's say we want to add one more column. Add another column here. Can you see? This is our first row. We have 3 columns: the first column, second column, third column, and this is our second row. So now just to make the table more beautiful, more okay, so there's an attribute we call border. So just as the name is border, is just to give the table border. So this is how to spell it: border equals 2. You see the function now. Can you see it? You can see that the stuff give us. So the thickness of the border is determined by the number. So I put like 5 there. So I'm sorry. Okay, I put like 5. Can you see that it's more thicker? So yeah, that's what. Let's leave it on 3. So now we also have an attribute called call span. This call span is for like, maybe you want to, now look at this one now. Let's these things are, they are like programming languages, the names of programming languages. Now let's say you want to create another row here. You now want that row to just to cover all the columns. So let me show you so that you understand better now. Let's create another row at the top of all of them. So I'll call it programming language. So now, okay, this is our, we've created the row. Let's create our column td. Don't forget that. So now see how this stuff will be. Can you see that this program language is only covering this part, but we want the program language is only staying here now. We want this program language, we want the column to cover everything, because programming language wants it to be like the heading of all the tables for all the columns rather. So there's an attribute we call span equals 3. So the main reason why we're using 3, because in the next row we're having 3 columns. You look at it very well. You say 1, 2, this is first and 1 column, the second column and the third column. So we're having 3 columns. So we want this column to cover. Can you see that it's covered the row 3 columns? So that's the usefulness. That's how the code span work. So we also have another attribute for, like, if you want to give a cell a color, you want to give a particular cell color. So that attribute is called bg color. So that's the attribute we use for giving a cell a color. Let me show you. Bg color. Let's say bg color. Okay, let's give this our heading, the attribute bg color. Let's say maybe orange. Can you see that now? So the bg color attribute is used for giving a particular cell a cell, or if you use it here to give the whole table the color. So you can, but we are using it, we want to use it for a cell. So this is what I will call a cell. So this is what we call a cell. You see this place now, this one is a cell. So this is a cell too for program. So that's it. So we also have an attribute. Look at this test now, because most of them are on the left. Now let's assume we want to make the, what are they calling it, the test to be in center. We also have an attribute for that, which is align. The name of the attribute is align center. Sorry, align center. Sorry, don't forget, in the one of these tutorials I've told you before that you declare your attributes in the opening tag, not in the closing tag. So take note of that. So you see that most of the attributes I'm declaring here, they are declared in the opening tag and not in the closing tag. So look at it here now. Can you see that this CSS is already aligned to the center? HTML is aligned to the center because of this align center we use. So now let's create a calendar. As I said before, that we will create a calendar using table. Let me create a calendar now. Let's erase all this. So now creating a calendar table. So for the calendar we have, let's create like 3 rows using our tr tag. Let's create the rows first. This is row 1, another row. So in what I call in a week we have 7 days. So let's create 7 columns. TD, another TD. Instead of typing, let me just copy spacing between them. So let's work on this. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so inside this row we have 7 columns. So now let's put the month. This is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then we have Saturday. So now let's so that's that for that first row. So now let's just copy it, the number of columns. That's it, the number of columns we'll be using in the next row. So that's why I just want to copy. So this is another row. So the number of columns is still the same thing. We are just going to be changing the numbers there. That's just the difference. So you change the letters to number. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. Yeah, so that's that for the first row. So now let's go to the second row and continue the number, choosing of the number. So we stopped at 7. So you can see that the rule has ended. This is another row. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So now we have 3 rows. We have the first row for the letters representing the names of the day. We have the second row, the date, and the third row, the day. So let's see what we have done. Can you see it? The first row, we have our first row. Also have our second row. Sunday is on the 1, Monday 2, Tuesday 3, Wednesday 4, and so on and so forth. So now let's just beautify our table. Let's use border. Let's add attribute of border to it. That's border. Let's say border 3. Now you can see that it's somehow clear that way. So now let's still work more on it. Let's give this month, let's give it a name. So we are going to add a role at the top here. CR, and name it August. So now this TR, now we want it, okay, I'm coming TD. Just don't forget that this TR, you have to put your TD. So now we want this, you know that this one now, it has only one, it is having only one column now, but we want the column to go over all the tables now. Just take a look at look at the way it's standing here only. So but we want the column, we want the August to go over everything now. So that's when we use col span. So that's the usefulness of the col span. So using col span, you have 7 columns. So col span 7. Can you see that now? So now we want our text to be in the center. So we'll be using align, like this August, we want it to be in the center. So let's use our align center. This align center, you can use it for a cell. Maybe you want this cell now, you want the text of this cell only to be in the center. You can use it for a cell. You can use it for the whole table. Just notice this as you see that it will be different from the others. The stuff is not that obvious, but to align it to the center, like that. So you can use that align for the whole table. Now let's imagine this our table now that is just here. We want to bring the whole table to the center of the page, so we can use it here. We are using it in the table tag, align center. Can you see that it brought it to the center now? So let's beautify it more. Let's add color to it. Let's add color to the to this topmost one. So you want the color to cover that whole row, so we just put bg color. Don't mind the spelling of that spelling we do use for color. So let's use yellow. Can you see that now? So let's make our table more wider. We also have an attribute called width. So we can actually add width to this thing just to make it more wide. So that width is in percentage. So this is also an attribute. Can you see that it's wider now? Are we not creating the calendar already? So this is how to use table to create calendar. So look at all these tests now. Look at this test now. You can see that everything is on left. Now let's imagine we want all the tests in this row. We want it to be in the center. Everything I want it to be in the center. You just come to your tr tag. This tr tag is the one covering for all this. So just put align center. Now center. Can you see now? Can you see that all the tests in this role, this is a role, so all the tests in that role are going to be in the center. So that's that for align center. So if you want to use it for others, so you just put align center for others. So and there are some calendars you just see that the stuff is not, as in the calendar might end on Tuesday, maybe on the 30th is on Tuesday, so this place and this place will be blank. So if you want to do that kind of thing, you just remove the number. You just remove the numbers that are there. You see that it will create the space, but it will blank. It will be blank. Or you want to create a calendar that does not can you see that is blank? Or you want to create a calendar that the month on the first does not start from Sunday, it starts from Monday. You just put your 1 here, then you leave this place blank. It will do it for you. So that is that on table. So we can use table for so many things. I've used it for calendar. Now if you want to put like something like calendar on your website, now you can actually do it. So with what I've taught you now, you should be able to create just a simple blog yourself. Maybe I'll be doing that in one of these tutorial. Now I'll be doing that in one of the videos of the tutorial. I'll be creating a blog after doing some more, after doing some parts. So I'll be doing a blog. We'll be creating blog using all the things we have learned from this tutorial. So that's that for this stuff. So you can actually, it's about practicing. So you can actually, if you see other YouTube, you can sit down and write. If you can, even in fact, you can pick the timetable of your school, then put it in table format. So just keep practicing. Thanks for watching. This is the end of this tutorial. Keep watching. Thanks.